Hello and welcome to Social Buzz Extra here on Global Television, and I am your host Agoch Kumobno. You know how we do it here on Social Buzz Extra, bringing you the highlights of all of the trending issues making wave on social media. If it is trending, just know that we are definitely hopping on it. So all you need to do is to make sure that you join this buzzing ride. You have to watch on DSTV channel 365, or you can also watch on Star Times channel 276. Or also, if you really want to be part of the conversation and you tell yourself, oh, I'm on the go, how do I do it? Yes, do not worry, you can watch on any device you're holding, be it your laptop, your palm top, or even your phone is on YouTube. You watch that on YouTube, Global TV NG, one word on YouTube. Make sure that you are part of the conversation. Drop all of your thoughts concerning the topic that we are going to be discussing today. All right, let's move over to the topic of discuss properly. And today we're talking about terrorists who have demanded over 423 million naira as ransom to release Honorable Hassan Miringa. A new video has emerged showing Miringa and another abducted victim appealing to political and community leaders in Borno State to intervene for his rescue. The two men who were abducted on December 17, 2025, while traveling from Miringa to Maiduguri. In the video posted by security analyst Zangazola Makam, the abductees said the terrorists are demanding a ransom of over $150,000 per person, totaling it to over $300,000 for their release. He says in the video, "My name is Hassan Miringa, for local government chairman of Biu local government from 2020 to 2022, exactly 4 years after serving Biu. We were adopted by soldiers of Khilafa in December 2025, about 14 days ago, and where we are still held under their captivity. Alhamdulillah, we are still alive, but we needed help to save our lives and how you can rescue us," he said. Miringa said efforts at dialogue had been ongoing with their doctors, adding that some form of understanding had been reached. "We have spoken with them in 4 different phases and we have reached an agreement. We are calling on our leaders, especially the Borno Deputy Governor Alhaji Usman Umar Kadafor, and member representing Biu, Kwaya, and Shani at the National Assembly, Honorable Betara Aliyu, and our leader, Dr. Sule Ali Rimi, our elder brother, Honorable Kimba Alhaji Musa Dogo Biu, to temper justice with mercy to come to our aid. We are their children and we have been working together." Miringa disclosed this ransom demanded by their adopters and appealed for urgent assistance to save their lives. Ransom was placed on us at $150,000. Both of us are expecting to pay $300,000. We are hoping that you will hear our cries and come to our aid so that we can be returned to be reunited with our families and other loved ones. May Allah help us and grant us lasting peace. That's how he ends his quote while he was trying to plea for his release from the hands of the adopters. Right now, what I do not understand is how you demand such outrageous amount of money from a retired chairman of a local government council. $300,000. How do we even start calculating that? That's over 420 million naira. Honestly, I think this thing, when people said, oh, they're beginning to make it look like a business, truly it is a business. Right now, it is a business. And I think the reason why it is a business is because we keep paying ransom. I understand you ask yourself, oh, won't you pay? If it happens to your person, won't you pay? But the government is beginning to pay so much ransom. Most at times, people have said, why don't you use this money for ransom? Use it to recruit more security operatives, buy more ammunitions, and make sure that you fight and combat terrorism and make sure that you end it once and for all in Nigeria. Instead of paying all of this amount of money, $300,000, That's a lot for us to pay as a government. Imagine having $300,000. Do you know what it will do for the community, people of that community, the people of the BU community? To be very honest, I really feel so bad for the chairman Miringa, and the other person who is in the custody of these, terrorists. But to be very honest, I think it is time our leaders sit down properly to make sure that they try to, I don't know, find a way to make sure that they end terrorism once and for all in Nigeria. It's becoming something that everybody is comfortable with. We've seen wives kidnap husbands. We've seen children kidnap parents to get ransom. We've seen children kidnap themselves just to get ransom from their family. It's becoming a business, and people are beginning to be very comfortable with it. Why? Because we don't even get to catch them, to penalize them. You don't get to hear that, oh, any of these terrorists have been arrested, like properly arrested, being penalized, or maybe sentenced to life imprisonment, or maybe death, like straight death, either by hanging or firing squad, whatever it is. We don't get to hear this strong punishment, on television. And maybe that's the reason why people just do things and tell themselves they can get away with it. How do you demand such outrageous amounts of money? To be very honest, I really feel pissed when I read this story in the early hours of this morning. I was asking myself, what exactly is going on? Where do you expect him to get that kind of money? If he had that kind of money, will he be in Nigeria with you? And even if he's in Nigeria, definitely he will be moving about with, security operatives that would definitely, make sure that he has enough security not to be, adopted by these terrorists, honestly. Well, we are just going to be taking some comments from social media as regards this topic. Let's see if people still have the same mindset as I do here in the studio. And the first comment is coming from Juan007. Joan says, the earlier everyone stops paying ransom, the better for all of us. If not, this will not stop. My thought exactly. This person read my thought exactly, because that's what's going on. Everyone is paying ransom. If anything happens, you see them go out on social media soliciting for funds. And these people now know that definitely you can actually solicit for funds. So they even have social media platforms, and they tell you, yeah, take the phone, make a video of yourself, solicit for funds, call on the people you are supposed to call on, people that have money. They will ask you. And that's the reason why this other person started listing out names of chairmen, local government chairmen, and some other people in the House of Assembly and in the Senate House who they think, okay, they're top officials in government that can help. Honestly, this is really, really wrong. The second comment is coming from Anna Donatus. And Anna says, isn't that more than enough money to facilitate and finance for efficient security? What arrant nonsense is happening to this country, and they keep bringing out in news for consumption. That's exactly what I'm saying. This amount of money, honestly, if we start keeping them, we'll be able to combat terrorism. We'll make sure that we'll fight it at least to the barest minimum. Every day, nobody is safe in this country. You are not safe. I am not safe. The rich is not safe. The poor is not safe. Every day. Sometimes when I hear of this kidnapping, that full day, I am scared of my life. I'm scared for myself, for my family, for my friends, because you don't even know where this bad news is coming from. Before they'll tell you, oh, the cities are not safe, the city is somehow, and all of that. Go to your villages, the village is safe, it's calm, it's cool. But right now, people are even scared to go to their villages, because even in the villages, they come over there and they haunt you. In the city, they come over there, they haunt you. So where do they want, what do terrorists really want? Where do they want people to go? Where do you want everyone to leave the earth so you can just dominate the earth and do whatever it is you want to do? And what exactly would you be doing when nobody's around, when you don't have anybody else, This is really sad. It's a sad news for everyone in that community, in the BU community. And we hope that, they get to reach, I don't want to say demand, because at this point, I'm kicking against ransom, but that's the only way to get people alive right now, if the government just want to fold their hands and not do anything. So we are just hoping that they get, they reach the demands of these people, and we do not lose any life anymore in Nigeria. We are all one Nigeria. If anybody lose their life to, kidnappers in Jos, you who is in the south, you feel bad. If anybody lose their life to kidnappers in the south, you who is in the north, you definitely feel bad, because that's a human, a human being that's been, killed. So let's try to see how and ways we can combat terrorism. I think we should continue to use our voice, our platform. If you have big platform, please use it so that the government knows that it is not by, what do you call it again? It is not by, petting the kidnappers, because when you keep negotiating and, talking to them calmly, okay, we have 200, we don't have 300, okay, bring 150. It is not crayfish. You are dialoguing over people's life. This is not crayfish. So please, let's end this and end this once and for all. This is a message to the government of the day. Try to make sure that the money you're using to pay ransom, it could be used to fight terrorism. And actually, I believe that one day, someday, Nigeria shall be better, will be better, and we won't hear any of this, kind of thing in the country. Insecurity will be reduced to the barest minimum. Let's know that it is hunger we are facing, not insecurity. My parents will used to tell me that back in the day, they come outside, they use the moon to read, people sit outside, children sit outside till, as to the dark, like till 10, 11, 12, 1, children are playing, just that free kind of life. My dad also told me one time that when he was going to Maiduguri from the south, he actually lived in Zaria, and then in Maiduguri, when he was going, they used the train, and there was a point where the train stopped. He had to stay in somebody's house, and he didn't just stay in anybody's house because he did not know anybody. He stayed in a northern's house. That northern person took him in. He stayed there for like 2-3 days before he left and continued the journey, and he was fine. And they kept on making sure that he was fine till he got to where he was. How did we get to this point? Honestly, this is me saying, let's go back to the days. I didn't even get to enjoy some of these days because I came into the, my period is the period where we started hearing, oh, Nigeria is not safe, coming by 10. There were times I stayed out, not go out though, but in the compound with my siblings, we'll stay out till 10, keep talking. We even slept outside, and maybe after some time, our parents would take us inside. Yes, I actually, witnessed those times, but before, it was just short-lived because we started hearing robberies and all of that, and people no longer stay outside late. People no longer trust their neighbors. Nothing is good anymore. Everything just went south. To be very honest, let's go back to that day. Let's go back to the days where people walk on the streets, where you can help anyone without thinking of anything negative. These days, you can't even give your 10 naira to people begging alms on the street. You tell yourself, okay, what if they do something? What if they are evil? What if they are saints? What if they are, trailing me and all of that? It is really horrible. Nobody lives. I think that's the reason why the life expectancy of an average Nigerian is reduced, because the problem is just too much. Please, government, please help us. Help us. Okay, let's move over to the next topic for today. The FCT police has arrested 3 notorious one-chance robbery suspects over the murder of an Abuja lawyer. We talked about this a few weeks ago when this lawyer was murdered, in Abuja, and they saw her dead body with her ID card. And, the way we urge the security operatives to make sure that they bring to book these people, and yes, they have done their due diligence, and I'm here to give you the updated story as usual. The Federal Capital Territory FCT Police Command have arrested 3 notorious armed robbery suspects involved in one-chance criminal operations and the gruesome murder of a legal practitioner, Barrister Chigbo Princess Nwamaka Mediatrix. Nwamaka's body was dumped on the street after she was attacked. The assailants carted away her personal belongings, including her phone. In a statement released on Sunday, January 11, just yesterday, the command spokesperson, SP Josephine Ade, said between 5th and 10th January 2026, operatives of the command Scorpion Squad, led by ACP Victor Obeide Godfrey, acting on reconstructive digital intelligence, tracked the victim's mobile phone and conducted follow-up operations, which led to the arrest of 2 brothers, namely Saifullahi Yusuf male 22 years old, and Ishau Yusuf, male 24 years old, alongside Mikhailu Jibril, also known as Dan Hajia. Preliminary investigations reveal that the suspects are members of a notorious one-chance armed robbery syndicate that has been operating on and off within the FCT for several years, particularly during festive period. Further investigations revealed that on the 5th January 2026, at about 5:50 p.m., Barrister Princess Chibu unknowingly boarded their black Volkswagen Golf 3 vehicle along the Kuba Expressway, unaware that the occupants were criminals. Upon entry into the vehicle, the suspect would wound up the tinted windows and threaten the victim with weapons in an attempt to force her to pay ransom for her own release. When she allegedly refused to cooperate, she was physically assaulted and pushed out of the moving vehicle along the Kubwa Expressway, resulting in her death. The suspect further admitted to dispossessing the victim of her Android mobile phone, which was later sold at Day for the sum of 120,000 naira, from which Minku Aliu Jibril received 30,000, Saifulahi Yusuf received 15,000, Ishao Yusuf and another suspect currently at large, Musa, shared the remaining money. Well, this is it, and I'm just so happy that these people have been caught, and I just want to know exactly the kind of punishment that should be given. This kind of people, the punishment for death should be death. I think everyone should just reciprocate it at this point. Nothing like sweet talking anything. Let's not be doing arrest, take to court, let's go over it and all of that. It should be death. If you could take a life, then you don't also need to be alive. You have no reason to actually be alive at this point. It is so painful. It's so bad when we get to see news like this in Nigeria. Like I said earlier, nobody is safe. You and I, no one is safe. All we need to do is to be careful. Abuja currently is filled with a lot of one chance people. One chance. Imagine this lady, I don't even know how to describe it. You went to work, coming back only for you to meet things like this. Why are you demanding for money that you never worked for? Exactly. You did not work for it, so why are you demanding for that kind of money? You want someone to pay ransom immediately. And again, please, nobody knows, when they will be in this kind of situation. But please, when you find yourself in this kind of situation, I just want to plead with you to please cooperate with them, so it doesn't lead to death or further asking for more money or maybe kidnapping case. I know some persons will tell, I've heard cases of people saying, oh, I gave them everything, I had my ATM, everything, let them just go and they release me. Why some persons you will still give them everything and they will hurt you? But just try as much as to cooperate with them, give them whatever it is they need, just for your life's sake, and for the life, for the life of the people that are expecting you back home, your family, of course, and friends who are expecting you back home. I just, try to imagine the pain they go through when they hear things like this. May God help us in this country. I am saying this and I'm even scared. May God help us in Nigeria. May God help us here in Abuja. We'll never be part of it, but definitely when you see yourself in cases like that, please try as much as possible for the sake of your life. All right, we'll be moving over to the last topic for today, and this one is coming from Babcock University, who has banned dreadlocks and use of bubu and danshiki on campus. What happened? What's going on? We all know Babcock for a lot of rules that they have in school. So this announcement was contained in a statement signed by Olani V. Arije, Vice President of Student Development. The university stated that all hair passes have been cancelled and are no longer recognized across any of its campuses. According to the management, hair pass tags are illegal documents used as waivers for certain hairstyles and do not give students any valid rights to grow or maintain unapproved hairstyles. The university added that the use, circulation or recognition of hair passes in any form is now completely outlawed with immediate effects. The new regulation will take effect from the start of the second semester in January and will be strictly enforced across all campuses. Students currently in possession of any hair pass or exemption have been directed to discontinue their use immediately. Any student found presenting or relying on such documents will be investigated and may face disciplinary action if found guilty. Under the revised guidelines, male students are prohibited from keeping voluminous or unkempt hair, beards, or dreadlock, while female students are barred from wearing extreme, indecent, and inconsistent hairstyles. The dress code also bans body-hugging clothes, sleeveless blouses, or dresses, sagging trousers, and baggy boot cuts or over-length trousers. Tying scarves to corporate or official academic wear is also prohibited at certain times. Additionally, outfits such as bubu, dashiki, joggers, sportswear, and workout wear are not allowed during stipulated period on campuses. I'm sorry for the sake of our time, let's rush into the comments for today. And this first comment is coming from Dara Special. And Dara says, not African schools banning Africans from dressing like Africans. The white colonialism really did a number on us. All right, the next one is from Oluwafi Kemi. And Oluwafi Kemi says, how does all this affect learning? I'm curious. I'm also curious. I'm very, very curious. And that's the reason why I want you to drop your thoughts for me on social media. The last comment is coming from Joey J. And Joey said, imperialism succeeded not only by conquest, but by reshaping African institutions to police African identity itself, subordinating indigenous cultural expressions to imported norms long after former colonial rules had ended. This must be a historian from Professor Reverend Father Alexander D. Nzemeke, British Imperialism and African Response, 1982. Thank you for that reference. We could go and check out that book, of course, maybe online or maybe get a hard copy. But whatever it is you have, that is your thoughts concerning this. I have a lot of things to say, but for the sake of our time, I'm going to leave it to you at home or you anywhere it is you're watching to make sure that you drop your thoughts there on social media, and let's take a look at those thoughts on social media using Global TV NG on YouTube. All right, this is where we'll draw the curtains for today here on Social Buzz Extra. Until I come your way next time, please stay safe for the sake of yourself and your family. Bye for now.